The fear spreads further, the terror goes deeper, even your friends can't save you. File number 2 seems to be a bit like Marmot. You either like it or you hate it. File number 2 has added something new to the Outbreak series for me, online play. The first installment unfortunately did not include this, but now gamers can enjoy running around Raccoon City again. But how much can they enjoy it? For me, it was a new thing. To be honest, I enjoyed it very much so. Basically, you connect to a server and join rooms, which then allows the game to begin. This is the only stage where you can communicate effectively with your partners, so I thoroughly recommended a USB keyboard to save time when you're chattering in the room. When the scenario begins, you and your teammates have to work together to get through the level. This is where Outbreak's main flaw is, voice communication, and the lack of it. Capcom claims that it would have ruined the mood, but it would have been nice to have had the option because the predetermined sound voices that you say by moving the analog stick just aren't good enough. It was really a struggle to work out how to do the puzzles when all you can say is yes and no. The ad-lib that's meant to give you the complex phrase just says things like, and are you alright? However, if you can get over this, then you can have a lot of fun online with friends, especially on modes such as Showdown, fighting a series of bosses, and elimination shooting lots of T-virus affected creatures. The graphics. They don't really matter in the game. They're neither drop-dead gorgeous, nor poor. I'd consider them really good for the PS2, and it's great to see the RPD made fully 3D, and other such areas as they've been moved onto the PS2. It's nice to see an end to the pre-rendered background. The gameplay and the story. Very fun if you have the patience to wade through the puzzles and such online. The single player isn't really worth it. There also is an RE just where you can move and shoot at the same time. There is a huge replay value. Just ask forum user, new modes, difficulties, costumes, and hundreds of goodies via accumulated points. With 8 different characters and 5 different scenarios, there are lots of combinations to replay the game. You can even port your old saved stuff from file number 1. In terms of what it adds to the story, the scenarios are generally considered what-if situations, though many of us try to justify their positions in the overall plot. In my personal opinion, it's bitterly disappointing that the online Resident Evil was scenario-based in a situation that didn't make sense with the storyline. I personally would have preferred something like Resident Evil 1, except everybody's computer controlled, and maybe a couple of NCPs. A huge Raccoon City to try and escape in teams of 5 or something like that would have been good too. However, Outbreak fails far short of these dreams. I'd recommend a purchase to people who experience the online play because it can be fun. It's also brilliant for fans of the series who want to know more about the Resident Evil world. Resident Evil Outbreak File number 2 gets a 7 out of 10. This is Red Wolf signing out, and I'll see you next time.